Wow, TEDx, it is exciting to be on this stage again and sharing with you all some ideas that I have that I believe will inspire and challenge. My name is Amey, and I want to share on this topic, the audacity of one. I want to start off with one of the favorite poets of my time, none other than the notorious B.I.G. He said, "It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazines. Nothing is off limits to a man with a dream and a community to back that dream." A couple of years ago, I had a dream of starting a community center right here in Windhoek, Namibia. I didn't think the dream was going to be possible anytime soon, but I was thinking about it, I was contemplating it, and I had this dream, and so I began to put some things on paper and talk to people about this dream. A dream of starting a community center that would bring people from all different walks of life that could be able to teach and train the next generation. People from other continents and other places that could be able to dial in and train and teach different skills that would allow the next generation to be prepared and ready to take the world by storm. And so I had this dream, but COVID-19 hit in 2020. And that shook up the dream. It shook us up and caused us to step out to do something audacious. The audacity of one man, one goal, one dream, one vision happened for me in 2020. It was just a dream, but it's pretty amazing to think that a pandemic could shake a dream and force it to become reality. I think about how I can attribute this launching and almost completion of Echo Center Phase 1 to one thing: unity. I had to unify people from different countries and different continents to possibly birth a common vision and to support and give to a common vision. Although people were going through different things in different countries and didn't know how this was going to happen tomorrow and what's going to happen next week, there was some way, somehow, that we had to unify visions to say, hey, can you help us to start something right here in Windhoek, Namibia, called Echo Center? Africa must unite, and we must become the forces that unite. I truly believe, in hindsight, looking at this Echo Center Phase 1 and where we sit, that nothing can stop us if we all believe that we're here for a singular purpose, and that is to impact lives and ultimately generations. It's kind of interesting to me that the continent of Africa is made up of 54 beautiful and distinct countries. The world sees us as one, but we sometimes see ourselves as separate. Maybe it's time to rewind to our genesis and reflect on our accomplishments and redefine our focus. The focus is unity. Unity forces people to wake up and see how powerful we are as a continent. We're not building religion or building a revolution, but rather we're building and sparking a movement formed out of community. And from community to community, if we all learn and understand that we all have all things in common, selfishness will not be a part of the community. You know, I did a little test, and I went onto Instagram and I posted just a little quick thing on the stories. I said, hey, somebody cashed at me $40. I went to sleep and woke up and checked my Cash App a couple hours, 12, 13 hours later, and to my surprise, no one cashed at me anything. And then it hit me and it dawned on me that people aren't really giving to me as an individual. People won't be giving to you as an individual. People are giving to a vision and a cause that they can get behind. So maybe you're sitting in some small town in some small country thinking, no one will be able to help me to do something like this. But remember, they're not giving to you, they're giving to the vision that you have. And here's some mindset changes that we had to go through to make us one. We have to understand that your community is your best investment. Our community, my community, is my best investment. Some communities get paid and their dollars bounce 20, 30 times within their own communities before it bounces out to another community. My question is how many times do our dollars bounce within Africa? Is it 20, 30 times, or just once and it goes right out to another continent, to another country? Maybe it's time for us to invest back into us. Invest back into this continent, invest back into what's happening here. Our community is our best investment because when we invest in them, they invest back into us. The second thing we have to learn is that we're more related than we think. We have the same struggles, we have the same issues. They might be colored differently, but basically they're the same. And how can we support each other, not tear each other down, but build each other up? How can we be on the lookout to see what's happening in this country and this part of Africa, and how can I support that with what I'm doing here in this part of Africa? We're more related than we think. Those in the African diaspora, you're not alone. We need you. We need everyone to get in on this. Everyone who says that Africa is home, we want you to be a part of what's happening here. The next thing we learned and understood is that your belief plus action in the common goal, your belief plus action in the common goal of a better Africa must become so big and so strong that it becomes contagious. That's what we understood, that we can't just believe a thing. We just can't stay in the dream phase. We have to actually act on it. And it's our action in the common goal of a better Africa and making that action so big and that dream so big and so strong that it becomes contagious. Confidence is contagious. Your belief should be so big that it becomes so offensive that it causes others to change. The next thing we learned is that community requires common vision. The presence of vision is the absence of mediocrity. I know a lot of people might think, oh, I'm mediocre, but when you have vision, mediocrity can't be there. And if we all have vision, we can't help but be victorious because mediocrity is not among us. And the last thing we learned is that the uncommon has to become common. Every time the uncommon thing becomes common, it's time for us to do something uncommon again. Common vision connected to common sacrifice leads to uncommon dreams and uncommon realities. And I truly believe that we're living in a time and a season where the uncommon is becoming normal. I learned early on the Echo Center project that in order for us to accomplish this audacious task, it was going to require common sacrifice. We understand the concept of sacrifice and all the sacrifices that previous generations have made for us. We understand that we stand on the backs and the shoulders of the Kwame Nkrumahs and the Steve Bikos and the Nelson Mandelas and the Vernon Johns, the Malcolm X's, the Martin Luther Kings, the Toivo Yatoivos. We stand on their backs. We stand on their shoulders, but yet our heads are still under water. It's up to us to make sure that the generation coming after us can breathe easier and be more free than we were because of our common sacrifice of building stronger communities on the building blocks that I too am Africa, that Africa needs me, and its future is up to me. The audacity of one.